child. That is why I'm asking, because a lot in your countries, in a lot of Middle Eastern countries, men will not be prosecuted for raping women. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like super feminist about this, but if a woman, yeah, in other countries, in African countries, yeah, if a woman gets raped by a man in an African country, she will be disowned.
We'll just go on this side because it's too much background noise. That's right.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Just over here, so
That's all right. That's all right.
So in African countries, yeah, if a woman gets raped in a village, she will be disowned by her village, yeah? That is in...
That's wrong.
In the Congo...
That's wrong. Do you not agree?
In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, if women get raped, they will be outcast by their villages. They will be seen as dirty human beings.
That's wrong. Do you agree?
I'm saying that is wrong.
I agree with you.
I'm saying it's wrong.
I agree with you.
I'm saying that happens in African countries.
No, I agree with you.
In Middle Eastern countries,
that's wrong.
You have women that are still in the 21st century.
One example at a time. One example at a time.
They are being raped, they are being stoned. Why is that acceptable within your culture?
One example at a time. So in the Democratic Republic of Congo, you said, right? If لو سمحت
What's up?
Now,
no speak here.
Okay, we'll just go over there. And if some people disagree, then we will probably just stay here. Right. I agree with you that if someone is raped and nothing's done and they're made a social outcast, that is wrong by the people, wrong by the country, and wrong by the system.
Yeah.
This is not Islamic teaching at all.
No.
No. So yes, as a Muslim who would like Islam to be the system of life for our own benefit, I will say totally un-Islamic practice, even if that was an Islamic country. I don't know about this country, but clearly this is wrong. So I agree with you there. This is something wrong thing to do. How can you let people, like a woman who's raped, just let loose and not actually punish the criminal and support this woman who's been raped and let her bring back to the society the confidence that she needs to bring back? If she's not given that opportunity, then the people who are not allowing all of this happening for her own, bringing back to life and to be confident to carry on her life, they're evil people. They're evil people. Wow. Okay, they need to be really, really educated on this.
Then, yeah?
Now,
Sharia is evil.
Are you harassing us?
So that's why he's being...
Now, we moved away from you, so you've come here to harass us. Right. Second question. Why did the Prophet ﷺ marry a child? Right?
Yeah. Why did he marry a child?
Okay.
Yeah.
Firstly,
that's a good question.
It's excuse me, I'm not debating you. So I don't know why you're interrupting.
Oh no!
I can heckle if I want to.
Oh, so you're a heckler.
I can heckle.
So you're a heckler.
I can have a conversation. Would you?
Okay.
Yes?
No,
You know what?
He's ruining the conversation. Thank
you. Sure.
It's not that. I'm just trying to have this question so that I can get to work.
That's a good question.
Sometimes in some civilized societies in the past, things are different now, where people would engage very early, right? Very early, and then they will go into marriage when they reach.
What are you talking about? When she bleeds? Is that
Let me clarify. When she's mature, physically, and do you want an answer, or we want to just repeat the questions that you have?
I literally repeated what you just said.
But I haven't even finished. I was saying and.
You're on the right track.
Do you realize?
You're under pressure.
I was just saying and. So I'm saying, in many societies, let me give you an extreme society, a society where actually. I was born there, okay? Yeah. So we're calling from Indian subcontinent. For thousands of years, it was considered a societal wrong to woman to go into her husband's house while she has menstruated. So she needs to be a child under the age of puberty to get married, and then she goes into her husband's house. If she actually became an adult by physically maturing herself and also maybe intellectually maturing herself, this is like something societal wrong. How can you can't have that. Just like many other practices they had when women, if her husband died, she had to jump to the fire willingly, called shati. It's a practice of widow burning herself when her husband died. That was the practice then.
Yeah.
So these things are of the past. In Islam, we have certain practices, certain principles, which you may not like. For example, our Islam says very clearly we have no relationship between man and man. Islam does not consider this is a good relationship.
No.
Yeah, but society today, for example, has legislated that if you are homophobic, then you may be actually penalized. Because if you say that two men or two women, by their mutual consent, have gone to have a relationship. So now, as we realize, societal customs changes over time, right? In this country, there are many things that were considered to be a criminal act. Now is something like is very much recommended. So marrying someone young was a practice in various countries around the world for centuries, right? At that time, you would not be asking that question. Why are you marrying so young? Because that would have been a norm of the society then.
We used to, in England, we used to like chop off people's heads because they stole. In England, we used to have public execution. Now, murder is demonized because it is wrong. It's a moral sin,
Was it moral sin then?
Well, it was. At the end of the day, all of those people that killed all of those people, they may not be around anymore.
Punishment changes.
They are still going to be in hell. For that, they are going to be still living out the
But punishment has changed.
Of their sin.
Punishment has changed, right?
So the punishment has changed.
Good.
The attitude has changed, but it doesn't change. The morality doesn't change.
So let's go back again.
Why I'm trying to.
Let's go back to the examples.
I have appreciated that you've been talking. I would like to equally have response back.
I haven't
to what
responded to it yet.
But that's what I'm saying.
I haven't responded yet. I want to give you a picture so you understand.
You're giving me the background.
Okay.
I've understood the background that in many
Very
other
good.
countries,
So now,
it is
giving you the
bad,
background, let me now answer your question.
that why did Muhammad marry a child?
Do you have any problem if he married someone who is physically and mentally mature?
But are you saying that because
I'm asking a general question.
I'm saying that if Muhammad married I don't know how old she was, how old exactly she was.
I asked you
So she was
a general
6
question to answer your question.
6 years old or 10. Okay, what? Anyway, if we're saying that she's under the age of 18 years old, she's a child at that point, yeah? Just because someone has physically bled at the age of 10 years old, it does not mean that they are then classed as a woman, yeah?
I didn't ask you that
But
question.
that's
I
what-
asked you
no,
something different.
That's what, but you have said.
What's my
because she was
question?
Physically, are you saying I have a problem against Muhammad marrying someone who is physically and mentally mature? But are we saying that if a child at the age of 10 years old deems themselves physically and mentally mature, that paedophilia then becomes exempt?
What is pedophilia?
Exactly, mate. That's what you're saying. That is what is in your
Sorry.
culture.
My sister.
Yeah. Would
You are
wanna
coming
have,
up.
Would you want to have sex with your sister?
Excuse
if she
me.
was 10 years old? No.
Excuse me.
But that's
Excuse
what I'm
me.
saying,
Listen.
mate.
Good question.
That's
Would you
what
have
I'm
sex
saying.
with a 6-year-old child?
Exactly.
With a 9-year-old child?
This is the thing.
That's
but
the question.
In practice,
Sister.
because it happened, I'm not saying you agree.
But you're not actually listening
Let
to
her
my
finish.
response yet.
Let her finish.
What I was asking you is this.
It's like,
Do you have anything objection-wise if someone marries?
If she's under the age of 18 years old, yes.
I haven't
do.
even finished my question.
Because you just said.
Excuse me.
because
How
you
can
were
we
gonna
have a
say-
conversation to help you understand your objections?
He's trying to
Look,
put you in a corner.
when you're not
asking
even
questions, trying to
you're not
push you to a
even
corner,
engaging
trying
with
to overwhelm
my
her with
response.
his
What I'm asking you is this: would you have a problem if someone marries someone else who are physically and mentally mature?
No, but what defines that in your definition?
Good.
Is what I'm trying
So,
to get to.
very good. So now, in general, maybe not specifics, in general, you would not have a problem if someone marries someone else when they're physically and mentally mature. Good. My next point. At what age do man and woman physically and mentally mature? Can we put an age to it?
18 years old.
Okay.
it's a very simple question. Was Aisha mature? That's the
So
question.
Maybe
when you
not
say
mentally mature.
when you say
Was Aisha
18,
mature?
so what is your evidence based that man or woman only become physically and mentally mature when they're 18 years old? Now I'm challenging that assertion.
Because
This is a red herring.
it's desire.
Red herring.
It is. Wait, hold on, I can't even think of the word
Okay.
right now.
Give her the chance to say. Can you shut up and let us
mature.
By science,
That's the
yeah,
question.
by
No, no,
science, you cannot, like,
Was Aisha mature?
in different countries, yeah, for example, in America, you can drive a car at the age of 16, yeah? They deem that you can drive a car at the age of 16 in America. In this country, you cannot drive a car if you're 16 years old unless you are disabled, yeah? So by that circumstance, you would have to be 18 years old, well, 17 years old to get your provisional, and then to be driving at the age of 18 years old. So that is defined by law that you are an adult at that age to be able to do that. So that is why I'm saying to you, the differences between law and physical kind of, you know, like, makeup that justify you whether you're an adult or whether you're not an adult are defined throughout history by the fact that you may be 18 years old, but in another country you may not be able to drink. So it's different, but the premise is still the same. At the age of 18 years old, you are then deemed by your country that you are an adult and that you are then responsible for your own thoughts, you're responsible for your own decisions, you don't get treated like a child, if you murder someone, you will be treated like an adult, yeah? And that's why I'm saying there is a different level because, you know, a girl can be 14 years old and go into puberty early, yeah? But that doesn't mean that, as you say, man, she is mentally mature. An 18-year-old, yeah, may still live at home, she may have everything done for her, she may be an adult, but she may act like a 4-year-old child, yeah? That is what I'm saying. But mentally, there is that thing that is separate away from physically determining by your age, by your bones. You know, they genetically test your bones. If someone dies and they find your remnants, they can see how old you are by your bones. That is something that you cannot, you know, determine by law. You cannot determine.
Brother, are you debating or is she debating?
It's interesting what you said. I asked you for evidence base for the age of 18 being an age that has been fixed for a man or woman to be mentally and physically ready and physically able to, you know, have relationship, okay, of sexual nature. You can answer it if you have to.
Oh no, it's not that. I just need to check if
Okay,
I got some time. I got about
So,
10 minutes.
so an adult is a person who's 18 years old, and the evidence you provided was, look at the driving laws. So your driving laws,
Well,
you
I
can't.
said it was mainly science-based. Sorry. Those were examples.
Which,
but
look.
science determined by your bones, determined by how old your bones are. That is what I'm saying. Determines how old you
Right.
are.
Science, in any scientific publication, in anywhere on planet Earth, I'm being very generous, has not determined that a man or woman becomes an adult at the age of 18 biologically. This is a myth. There is no scientific publication, any peer-reviewed journal, any book on planet Earth.
It's kind of waffling.
Do you hear my point?
Points.
My sister, listen. This is a challenge to all of the people around here who's listening.
I know, but
No book on planet Earth, peer-reviewed, a scientific publication or a science journal, right, has ever said a man or a woman becomes an adult at the age of 18 biologically, right? So this is an absolute myth, and it's a totally wrong assertion to make. So science has not determined. In fact, biologically, women can become women at different ages. Some woman becomes a woman. Excuse me.
that's incredible.
Biologically, when the woman starts changing her own body, right?
You have sex with a 9-year-old child.
When her body changes, like a man's body changes, there's a time when she gets ready for conception and birth. This state of being of a woman or a man is different from society to society, from culture to culture, from nation to nation. Some nation will have women is totally ready for conception and birth when they are 8 years old.
What? No.
Excuse me. Listen.
That's genetics, man.
Excuse me.
But that's what I'm saying
Excuse me.
about early starting
Can I
age. It's not
finish my
okay.
point? You find it.
Well, you're just preaching.
Look. You find it strange. Even in England, we had a couple. I used to carry that newspaper cutting. You know what? For many times.
What? Because it was like a
No,
product to your theory.
because there are many people who come here and say, you know what? You become an adult only when you're 21. Because in some countries, do you agree?
Yeah.
In some countries, it is illegal to have sexual relationship before the age of 21.
Yeah, and
So
I can appreciate that.
Good. So are you an adult in that country or not?
What?
Biologically?
Biologically?
Yeah.
Because they're saying that you have
No,
to be
according to the law of that country,
What
there are many countries who are age.
Okay.
I can pull it up. It's in Google already.
But that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying, many countries here who have different age, right? Age of consent is different. It could be 14 years old, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
A 16-year-old man with a 14-year-old girl there.
Listen.
That is what I've just said, because you're saying
see-
at the age of conception, you're talking about the age of conception. This is
What
the
I-
rhetoric that I
Don't
keep on
interrupt her
getting
now, let her
from you,
finish.
yeah?
What I was trying to say-
I keep on
Let her
getting the
finish.
rhetoric from you that you're saying that because a woman in some countries will be deemed as physically, I'm getting not this mental.
Were they adults?
Yeah, they will be deemed physically as an adult because
Why?
they start bleeding because they're 14 years old. That is what you've just said. To
No,
me.
I didn't say that.
That is what you just
I
said.
said-
You said because if she, because you have said that. You said, oh yeah.
Okay, let me
in other countries,
let me reiterate what I said. Let me reiterate what I said. Can I reiterate what I said?
Justify.
Can I reiterate what I said? I am saying,
Trying to justify that.
I am saying there are no, sister.
Let her
I am saying, do you agree?
20 minutes. No, I don't agree with
Agree
it.
with what?
I don't agree with
Agree
you
with what?
saying
Nobody
that
agrees with having sex with
scientifically
a 9-year-old child,
there
apart
is
from
no
Mansur.
actual evidence. I
Apart
don't
from
agree with you
Mansur.
What
saying
evidence is there from
scientific-
science? Go ahead,
What
provide
evidence-
it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Provide it.
Within your bones, if you go,
What does
archaeologically,
bone show?
Bones show how old you are because
And?
in certain parts of your bones.
Yeah, does it show you
they
you're
will-
adult or
they-
not?
Yes, it does because in certain
What
parts of
age
your
does the
bones-
bone show you're an adult? What age?
What? That's what I'm saying. It can be.
I'm
18
asking you.
years old. 18 years old.
No, when you say
18
no.
okay.
I'm not
Well,
saying
actually-
you say that.
actually, your bones
Which
will
scientists?
grow at the age of 25
Which
years old.
which
We
scientists
all grow at
say?
the age of 25
My
years old,
sister,
yeah? Our bones stop
Which
growing. Our
scientists say
brains develop
our bones
because-
tell us when we're an adult? Which scientists say that 18 years old?
Which side? Because mate, I can't even give you the same response. I'll hold my hands up. Yeah, I'll be like,
Hang on,
I can't.
you're
give
making
you
a
the same
claim from
evidence.
where?
Yeah, because you're making claims from where? You've just
What
said
did I
look
say?
it up on Google, mate, and
No,
I haven't
I
got
said-
the time to bring it up on Google.
Listen.
But at the same time,
Listen.
if you want to look and share facts. At the
What
same
I
time,
what I
you'll
said
be my guest,
what I
mate.
said
But this is what I'm
it is
saying.
undisputable that there are many countries where the age of consent is different. Some countries is 18, others is 20, 21, 16, maybe 20, like this. It's fine. You've got it there already.
question should
Oh, there you
ask
go.
you,
So
is
look,
it
Northern
morally-
Cyprus, age of consent is 16.
Yeah, it's 16.
Okay.
yeah.
What does age of consent mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Excuse
age
me.
of consent- the age of
What does the
consent,
age of
yeah,
consent mean?
The age of consent.
What does it
means
mean?
That legally, if they are consenting
To what?
If they are consenting to intercourse at the age,
Are they
at
ready
that
then?
age, they cannot be prosecuted.
Are they ready?
For having sex with a minor.
Are they
That's
ready?
what I'm saying. That's a 16.
Is that pedophilia?
That's 16.
Is that
No,
pedophilia?
16 to 17 year old.
Wait,
But that's what I'm
no.
talking about.
Slow down.
I'm talking
Slow down.
about a child, mate.
Is this
what I'm saying.
16-year-old
How-
someone who has...
You didn't answer me and said how old was the child that Mohammed married.
Do you wanna go over there and have your own
You didn't
conversation?
answer me.
Yeah, better
That's
make
how.
it more
That's what I'm saying.
The question
You didn't
is,
answer
did
me
Aisha
how-
consent?
Yeah, because
Did
look, this is
Aisha
what I'm
consent?
saying.
Ask
If she was a
that.
child, yeah, and what? She
9-year-old
was
child.
She was
So,
a 9-year-old child.
9-year-old
So a
child.
9-year-old
Did she
child
consent
does
to
not-
having sex?
18 is an adult, yeah?
And 18
Did you
is,
say 18 is an
yeah,
adult?
18 is an adult.
Is 16 an adult?
16, yeah. But
He's an adult, 16.
Okay, no.
Is 16 an adult?
But that's the thing,
9-year-old did
because
consent.
there is a difference, yeah. There is a difference.
What is it?
18 years old, yeah, at the same time, I think, 16-year-olds, yeah, 16-year-olds, why should they be going and having sex? At
I'm
the
asking
same
a
time?
different question.
That's why I'm thinking. If you want to be, if you
Why
are
don't
not
you
able to
engage
drive
with the
a car-
conversation?
If you're not able
You're
to
not
drive a
engaging.
car, then why
Excuse
can
me,
you
my
have sex
sister,
at the
my
age of
sister.
16?
What's your name?
But that's what I'm saying.
What's
I'm
your
not
name?
Gonna, I don't have to tell you my name.
Sister, it's enough.
So yeah,
Fine.
that's fine. So yeah, 16.
A 16-year-old,
But that doesn't
a 16-year-old in Northern Cyprus.
No,
I'm asking you a question.
Good.
A 16-year-old in Northern Cyprus,
Yeah.
is this woman an adult?
No, she's not an adult. She's not an
Okay.
adult.
This could have
but
red
she's
herring.
only
Okay.
able to
So
consent.
So she's a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's a child.
Well,
so you are
she's
saying...
technically classed as an adolescent.
Hang on.
Scientifically,
Now
she's
you have an
classed as
adolescent. You have another
yeah?
description.
You're an adolescent up until the age of 17 years old.
Who
Then when
determined
you
that?
get- Medical journals.
Which journal?
Which journal?
Yeah.
The ICD-10 code. The ICD-10 code.
So Northern Cyprus
the
is
ICD-10
medical-
code.
The ICD-10 is
Don't let
the
him throw your
International Diagnostics. The DCM. The DSM diagnostic blah 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 manual because I
Blah,
can't.
blah, we gotta
Yeah,
check that, blah,
exactly.
blah, blah.
Yeah, so the DSM exists.
That's right.
The DSM exists. The ICD-10 code exists. They are diagnostic manuals which determine what at certain ages you cannot be diagnosed with certain things because you are not a mental adult. For example,
It's just how they define it as an adult.
borderline personality disorder. You
So,
cannot be diagnosed.
so in
with something
Italy,
with borderline
the age of
personality
consent
disorder.
is 14.
The
So are you saying the Italians are pedophiles?
Yeah, I would say that they were pedophiles, mate.
They are pedophiles now.
I'm
Now,
saying-
now.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if
They are
having
pedophiles
se-
now?
Yeah, because they're having sex. Because they're having sex. No, I'm not
Just
saying.
say hello to the
I'm not
Italians.
saying
Go on.
Italians are pedophiles at the same time.
Why not-
I'm
why-
saying
why you not saying that?
Because they are 14 years old, yeah. Because in those.
So you have
all
no
of those
problem with
countries-
14 years old?
No, I'm saying that it's not good. I'm not
Hang
saying
on,
it's good.
do you have a
for
problem
girl.
with 14 years
Yeah,
old?
I have a problem
Do
with
you
that.
have a problem?
What is your
I have a
problem?
You don't have a problem
I
with
have
anyone.
a problem with that
Yeah.
because if a girl
The country
is
doesn't have a
14
problem.
years old and she is vulnerable, yeah, she is a vulnerable
doesn't care.
14-year-old.
What if she's not vulnerable?
But that's what I'm saying.
What if she is not vulnerable?
But that's what I'm saying.
No, I want you to deal with this.
What 14-year-old?
What if she is not vulnerable?
To be able to know that she is not being
What
taken
if she is not
advantage of.
vulnerable?
That is what I'm saying.
What if she's not
14-year-old
vulnerable?
is not gonna-
In Italy, what if she's not in
How
it?
do we not define someone who's
says a
not
14-year-old's
vulnerable?
not vulnerable.
You are not going to know.
So
whether
you're
she's
saying-
vulnerable,
so
yeah?
you're saying-
But at the age of
would he have a
14,
sister?
I would be vulnerable. Would you let your
14-year-old
14